In The Dark Knight, Harvey Dent famously said, "You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain." In the world of video game development, that's a story that we've seen play out many times. Gamers quickly latch on to studios and individuals who seem like they can do no wrong, but eventually they either lose that shine or it turns out it was never there to begin with. For every Gaben, there's Romero and Molyneux, and for every Rockstar or Blizzard, there's an Irrational Games. The truth is that if you want to be a game development Jesus, you have to make peace with the fact that the longer you stay in the game development business, the more chances there are for you to screw up and fall from grace. Unfortunately, it seems that one studio that was once at the very top of the world has finally completed a fall that has been half a decade in the making. So probably like many of you, I've played the Infinite Warfare beta, and I came away disappointed and sort of sad. This was the same game that had its YouTube trailer dislike bombed a while ago, and honestly, just maybe, probably would have not recommended the game if I had decided on reviewing the game after all. In my opinion, Infinite Warfare is not a product of the Infinity Ward that I grew up with. And it all makes sense, because even if it says Infinity Ward on the box, it's really only just a hollowed out husk of Infinity Ward that had anything to do with this game. So where did things go wrong? Let's hop back a few years to get some perspective on this story. Infinity Ward has actually not been around for that long. As of today, they're 14 years old with the founding date of 2002. In that time, they released 8 games, which is pretty impressive in itself. All these games belong, of course, to the same franchise, Call of Duty. If somehow you don't know, Call of Duty is one of the biggest phenomenons in modern gaming. To date, the Call of Duty franchise as a whole has earned just a bit more than $10 billion. About half of that comes from the games that Infinity Ward worked on, since the other COD titles have come from other studios in order to keep up the yearly releases. In 2007, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare exploded the gaming world. Infinity Ward single-handedly created a modern dude-bro shooter, and at the same time completely changed how we thought about what was possible when it comes to an immersive, scripted, first-person adventure. It was also a multiplayer mega smash hit, and it's no exaggeration to say that Modern Warfare changed everything in the first-person shooter industry. However, behind the scenes, things were not going as well as you'd think. Between the development and the release of Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, massive political infighting was happening between Activision and Infinity Ward. Activision is the publisher that owned Infinity Ward, and without any apparent warning, they fired 2 of the top guys at Infinity Ward, getting dismissed. One of them was the co-founder and up to that point CEO of the studio, Vince Van Pella. In the months that followed, about half of the core team that had been working on Call of Duty from early on resigned, taking almost a decade of innovation and game design wizardry with them. Activision, of course, was quick to get their spin doctors spun up, and they quickly replaced the people who left and assured everyone that they had gotten over it. Activision promised that Infinity Ward was still as strong as ever. When Modern Warfare 3 dropped, it was a success. It is still the best-selling Call of Duty game, raking in $1.23 billion all by itself. The game was great for the most part, and it recaptured what made Modern Warfare 1 and 2 such a visceral and amazing experience. Something, however, was just a little bit off, and reviewers at the time picked up on it. You see, Infinity Ward had, up to that time, always brought something new to the table. More gameplay innovation, more storytelling improvements, better balanced multiplayer, innovative new modes, you name it, each new installment was packed with signs that these guys never slept. Modern Warfare 3 was different. For the first time, a new Infinity Ward game didn't really do anything new compared to its predecessors. The game sort of felt like Modern Warfare 2.5, not a truly new game. Call of Duty games were starting to lose their reputation for pushing the genre and were becoming the guardians of the status quo. So it has been like that with Call of Duty Ghosts, and it looks like Infinite Warfare will be no different. When Robert Bowling, you know, the guy that trolled everyone during Modern Warfare 3's COD XP and creative strategist for IW, resigned his position in 2012, he said he could no longer work on Call of Duty because it was too much pew-pew and not enough new when it came to COD. Robert had a point, it seems, and if all the signs are a true indication of what's going on at IW, then Infinite Warfare may turn out to be a gaming equivalent of Superman 4. When it comes to nailing down why magic happens when certain groups of people work together, it's pretty hard to get any good answers. That's why they talk so much about corporate terms like team dynamics and synergy, when a team gets things right or wants to know why things went wrong. When the 2 top dogs at IW, Jason West and Vince Van Pella, left, they almost immediately founded yet another game studio. That studio is Respawn Entertainment. You might know them for the only 2 games the studio has made so far, Titanfall and the recently released Titanfall 2. By all accounts, the people who left IW have mostly found their way to Respawn. Could it be that the magic we knew from IW has gone with them? The critical consensus from reviewers and from people who actually have worked on Call of Duty seem to be that new things have stopped happening to Call of Duty. It's a similar situation to that of Apple. Now that Steve Jobs is out of the picture, they don't seem able to come up with the changes to their products that capture people's imaginations. What Apple can do is release more and more refined versions of their last great product and hope that no one else notices their main creative force is gone or diminished. We see the main thing happen to bands when the main creative guy or girls leave for some reason. All they can do is make up new stuff that's mediocre or do pitch-perfect covers of their old songs. Meanwhile, Titanfall 2's single-player campaign, which is a new thing for the series, is being hailed as one of the freshest and most exciting shooter campaigns in a good minute. This has taken a lot of jaded reviewers by complete surprise, but if we look at the movements of the incredible creative forces that once formed the soul of Infinity Ward, it's clear that this particular spirit has left in search of a new body. It's no accident that the creators of Titanfall 2 are named Respawn, because that's exactly what the soul of Infinity Ward has done. The ghost of Infinity Ward lives on elsewhere with Respawn, while the soulless zombie husk is doomed to do the same thing over and over again until someone puts it out of its misery.